Good morning. Hi guys. I am awake. Kind of. I woke up at like 9:30. So yeah. I did not sleep very good last night. I don't know why. I just didn't. I also kind of went to bed a little later than I should have. But anyway, I was actually going to go climbing again this morning. But then I remembered that we scheduled these streams, and I was like, shoot, this is going to be a problem because I was planning on climbing on Mondays and Thursdays. And I don't want to climb on weekends because they're just too busy. And I'm not prepared to like share the wall with people right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Might have to change my schedule around a little bit. Maybe I'll just try to climb Mondays and Wednesdays. I just don't know if that's enough rest time for me right now while I'm just getting started again. But anyway, we're in Tyrwin right now because I built a new feature last night that I probably should have waited on, but I was like, we already added like a ping system for this update, so we may as well add all the other stuff that I really wanted to add that has to do with pinging, which is just like the map features. And these are things that people have been asking for anyway, so I thought, let's just add them. What is this? I have a message from Arrow. Arrow invited me to play Peak. Okay. Sorry, Arrow. I'm streaming. Anyway, hi, Mom. I talked about it and thought about it. Also, hi, Soupy. Hi, Oob. Hi, Oob. The reason I haven't yet is just because, I don't know. After, like, the day after I climbed, like, I felt like I didn't really get anything done when I was climbing, and I was like, my arms got tired so fast, I only got, like, probably 20 minutes of actual climbing in, and the rest, like, I was there for, like, an hour, but the rest of the time was just kind of, like, me looking at the wall and just, like, relaxing and, like, just, I don't know, just finding new routes and stuff to climb. And so, when I got home, I was like, well, that's kind of stupid, like, I don't know, I want, like, something more active and something, like, cheaper and something that I can go do and, like, not, I don't know, it wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. Then the next day, my whole upper body and my thighs and everything were just like burning, like super sore, because I hadn't worked out in a long time, and I was like, kind of forgot how much this was like almost like a full body workout climbing. And I realized like I'm very, very out of shape, and I didn't realize how out of shape I was. So, yeah, I don't know. I decided since that was such a good workout and I was like so sore that I kind of want to do it again. So I'm going to try it again. Abby even said she would go with me. So I'm thinking about bringing Abby with me. Deanna also wants to go, but we have a toddler. So I don't know what to do with a toddler. I don't know if we can find a sitter every week for him. And it's a half-an-hour drive, so we would need like at least 2 hours for a babysitter. But if we paid someone, that's like, I don't know, probably $30 every time we want to go, on top of like $75 a month for each of us to go climbing. It's just expensive. Climbing gyms have always been expensive, but anyway, I'm still waiting for this to load. There it goes. There are issues with this, major issues, that we will attempt to address today. I'm probably going to give it like 30 minutes and then call that like, okay, this didn't work, moving on to something else, because I don't want to be stuck around here. We're stuck with this all day. Stuck on this all day, sorry. Anyway, I am. I'm right here, and I can right click here, and I get this little notification, just pop up. I can click off, go wherever I want. And I can click ping, and then I want to close my map and eject and double click ping because it showed up clear the hell over here underneath the terrain for some reason, and I don't know why the hell that's happening. The thing is, like, it is not where I'm telling it to be. It should be here ish, right here. It's ending up clear over there, so I'm not pinging the right location. And this is gonna be, so I walked through this yesterday trying to figure out how to like find the right location using GPT, which was probably a mistake. But, and the biggest problem with this is I have to test it in tier 1, which means every time I make a change, I have to wait like 30 seconds to a minute, sometimes 2 minutes, like it is on stream right now, to wait and see if my change actually did anything. So I have this function called calculate UI position. Send him to you? Yeah, okay. I'm sure that'll be much cheaper to fly him to you once or twice a week. And he can't fly him by himself, so I'll have to ride with him, so I'll have to buy return trips too. This is definitely getting cheaper. You're right. Anyway, I have this calculate UI position where I bring in this map transform info, which I have access to in the world position, and then it converts it to the map position. So what I would like to do is the exact opposite in here, where I have the map location and then I undo the whole thing to find the world location, which I thought I was doing, but that is clearly not working. To test this easier, I'm tempted. We have these map areas which live on tier 1 persistent, and I'm very tempted to move them into tier 1 terrain. We did it. Now they live in tier 1 terrain. I want to think, or I want to assume that I think they're gonna work in our other level, which is gonna save us a lot of time for testing. So let's go to our other level. Dev mechanics. And cross our fingers that actually worked. Well, I understand you didn't say it was gonna be cheap, but I can think of some more convenient options. More convenient, quite a bit cheaper, quite a bit more realistic. Ugh. We also have errors. I don't know what the errors are. That might have been from yesterday though, because I was testing this in a different level, and so I was getting errors saying those map areas were not there, which checks out. Okay, we have the map areas. Let's delete this one. Let's hit play and cross our fingers that the maps actually change when we move around. I want to say they're going to, but I'm not positive. Also, why is this circle around me here? Is this spin showing? I thought we had that turned off. Okay, well, I'm definitely outside of the bounds of any map, which makes sense. Okay, we should be within Sleepy Haven. Yes, this is working. Awesome. Okay, that's working perfect. Excellent. Okay, so we can just test here. All right, so if I place a ping here, it's definitely not there. Eject. Ping. Way over here. seems like it might just be offset though. Let's just fly forward a little bit and see if it's just offset. Looks like it. It looks like we're just offset, like by what, from the, like the north. Oops. Like looks like I'm placing the ping here and we're just getting it straight up from here. Let's test that by placing our ping like here and seeing if it ends up in Moonberry Farms. Nope. It ends up in the exact same location. Well, no, it doesn't. It ends up way closer this time. Okay, so that's not the problem. Okay, that's okay. It's gonna be easier to diagnose now, at least, so you can actually try to do this. Hey, what's up, Matthias? Kind of. I'm adding a new feature. There's also some bugs we need to fix too if this doesn't work out in like the next like 30 minutes. I'm adding, well, I guess you'll see it in a second, but I'm going to do some code for now. I'm adding a map pinging system, so you can right click on the map and add a pin, which will be a permanent pin you just add to your map. You can remove if you want to, I guess. It's not permanent, but it'll stay there until you remove it. And hopefully between sessions, which is the goal. And you can name it and everything, which means I need to make another UI for that. Forgot about that. But anyway, yeah, there will be a pin thing. You can right click and pin on the map, or you can right click and ping on the map, and the ping will just show up for other players to see, and the pin will just show up for you locally. So if you have a pin location, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I'm thinking if you hover over the pin, like if you have like a pin icon somewhere and you hover over it, it'll have like a little X that pops up in the top right corner, so you can like delete the pin, and maybe underneath it'll say ping, and you can just click that and it'll ping the location of the pin, which would be cool too, so other players can see it, and then it'll even ping like whatever the name of the pin is, so players will be like, oh, this is his home or whatever, you know, whatever. Which would be kind of cool. What's up, Caesar? Anyway, my dog is outside barking right now. I'm just gonna pretend he's not. Okay, so what we have here is we have the UI position is being calculated position on map as fraction. So move 0, 0 to center. I don't know what that means. Calculate UI position. Where? I forgot how we're using this again. I just want to make sure that we're using this like from like a mouse click position, or like a, I don't know. I think we are though. I don't think we're using this. No, we are. But more importantly, right. So we're using this, then it gives me, yeah, okay. So we're putting in an actual location and it's giving us a marker position, which should be exactly what we want. We just want this the opposite way. So we want to be able to put in the marker position and get a world location. I'm probably going to go get the dogs in a second. What engine is this and what programming language? This is this is Unreal Engine 4 with blueprints. Okay, so our UI position, yeah, we put in our world position and we are getting position on map as fraction. I don't really know what this does. World position, and then we're subtracting the actual location of the pin. No, of the map area. Okay. And then we're multiplying the extents by 2 for Z. I think that's where we're going wrong, because I don't think we're doing that. I don't even know why we're doing that. And then move 0, 0, top left. I'm going to bring this over here. And that can stay there for now. All right, so I asked GPT to help me with this yesterday because I was just like, I don't even know where to start with this. Reversing this whole thing, and it gave me whatever this is, and it does not work. So I think I'm going to like yeet it and just do this one step at a time, and try to just kind of reverse engineer the whole thing. But I believe I need to do this backward because I think the order of operations is going to matter a lot here. So I think if we have this position as position on map as fraction, I think we need to do this last. So I think the first thing we need to do, I don't know. I truly don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This is outside of my wheelhouse for sure. But if we get it working, then that would be awesome. So the map art size is scaled by the zoom factor. So if I just divide those two, that should work there, which I think, no, I'm multiplying there. No, I guess that makes sense. We just want to know the zoom factor and then we can divide it. We're multiplying by map art size here. Good morning. Come here. Oh, hi. Good morning. Look. Say hi. Oh, you gonna be shy? There's millions of people watching right now. Millions. Opportunity to learn new things, Kindred? I guess so. Okay, we're out of here. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. All right. I don't know if this is like going to be learning new things. This is going to be more like, I don't know, like successfully picking this apart and figuring out how it works, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, okay, map art size scaled by zoom factor, and then we multiply that by this 0, 0 position. And then we add the pan offset. Account for center of the sprite, which we don't care a ton about, but I guess we might. So yeah, this is another thing. This is going to be for a sprite. And then move 0, 0 back to the top. So we divide that by 2 of this container size. The first thing you want to do is multiply this by 2 to move 0, 0 back to the center, right? And I don't know what the hell we're doing here. Let's just go, okay, I'm gonna move this over here. We're just gonna try to like do this completely backward. So we go here. I'm gonna just redo this whole thing from underneath here. Okay, so first thing we're doing is breaking this. And then we're going to, oh man, I don't know how we do this because we're clamping. I guess we don't need to worry about this. It's already clamped, and that's just keeping us within the bounds, I guess. But since we're definitely clicking within the bounds, I don't think we need to worry about that. We know it's going to be within bounds, so it's fine. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is move 0, 0. That's back to the top left. We want to move it back to the center. So we need to take our... We need to multiply it by container size, I think. But multiply what? I don't know. My brain is not going to like this. I can tell you that right now. Do you have any experience with making games in Java or C#? I've had a little experience with C# in Unity Engine some time ago, and recently learned Java as well. I have very, very, very little experience in C# and no experience in Java at all. I started making games in RPG Maker when I was like 18, which was in 2006. I'm old now. So in 2006 I was using RPG Maker, and I was not interested in learning the scripting stuff because I thought that was just over my head. So I was like, I don't need to learn to program, it's fine. I'll use the event system they have in here, which is like visual scripting, and make games like that. And I did for a long time, and I made all kinds of weird games. I made like multiplayer games. I made an MMO in RPG Maker and got featured on IGN for a little while. Don't ask me how that happened. I still don't know why they did that. It was not very good. I did all kinds of weird stuff in RPG Maker, and I think I learned to get really hacky with things because I didn't know how to do things the right way in RPG Maker, and so I learned stupid hacks and like learned how to duct tape games together. And then I got bored of RPG Maker and wanted to try something else. I tried Game Maker for a little bit, but their visual scripting was really limited. And then I discovered Stencil, Stencyle, if you want to look it up. It's still out, and I still highly recommend it for beginners if you haven't done anything in game development yet. I learned that, and I've used that for a long time. They have a really cool visual scripting system in there too that works very similar to Scratch. It's pretty much built on Scratch. And then eventually I decided that game programming just was not for me, and I wanted to go into like bigger games, and I thought the only way to do that was game art. So I got a degree in game art, and during my degree I learned Unreal Engine, and I was like, a little bit of Unreal Engine, just like a tiny bit. And I was like, well, this Unreal Engine thing is pretty cool, and I don't have to learn to type code still. And so I started learning it, and so I've been working in Unreal Engine for almost 8 years now, probably 8 years now. And yeah, now I make games in it like full time. So I love Unreal Engine, and though I do really want to learn another coding language, and I'm really thinking about just doing C++. So I'll probably start diving into C++ with a side project, maybe sometime eventually. Not today though. Today we're working in Swords and Magic. This is Swords and Magic. It's an open world RPG with casual cooperative play. Most of the world is unloaded right now, so you cannot see any of the cool details, but this is normally all filled in with a lot of stuff. This area is loaded in. No, it's not. Also unloaded. Everything is unloaded. We have everything unloaded right now because it's cheaper and easier to fly around and do stuff in, which is fine. But you can check it out on Steam if you want. Here's the link for my games on Steam. I have another game on Steam that's coming out hopefully this year. I don't know. I haven't worked on it in a little while, so it's kind of on hold. Anyway. All right, so we know we're multiplying this to get back from center. Well, actually we need to subtract. I don't know why we're breaking this. We don't need to break this. We need to subtract a vector from whatever the result of this is. And we need to subtract what, though? I need to opposite this. This is accounting for the center of the sprite, which would be the I don't think we need to account for this. I think this is just our map location. Because we don't have a sprite we need to find the center of. We could add the offset after we find the world location, but I don't think so. Like, or maybe like no, I don't think we need to. Just delete that. So we don't need this minus node. That's taken care of already. So that's just subtracting the container size multiplied by 2. Duh. From this. This one. Okay, we're slowly but surely making some progress. Okay, next is adding the pan offset. So we need to subtract the pan offset. Pan offset is a vector. So this is, the first one is moving from 0, 0 back to center, I think. You know what? I just realized we probably don't. So when we're moving from 0, 0 back to top left, we're dividing the container size by 2. I don't think we want to be multiplying the container size by 2. I think we also need to divide here. Right? Because we want to move it the same amount. We don't want to multiplying this would be a dumb idea. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay, next. My brain's starting to like slowly piece this together. I think I was just really resistant to like doing this, so I was like not thinking about it correctly. Okay, now we add the pan offset. So here we want to subtract the pan offset. Okay, and then we multiply by the map art size. So we want to divide by our map art size. And this is, we want to we'll find it, this one. So the map art size is scaled by zoom factor. And then we divide those two. And then we move 0, 0 to center. We need to add 0.5 here, I think. We're subtracting 0.5, so I assume we just need to add 0.5 back on. This is going to get us our 0 to 1 location, and then we need to do this. This needs to go from, I think, local to absolute. Does that make sense? And then the geometry is, this is a zone map. What is this called? Get cache geometry, I think. I think that's right. Okay, so this gets us our, now we're back to getting, this is our position as a fraction, I believe. But I think when we do local to absolute here, that's move, I think this is our fraction. This is confusing because we already have a section that's supposed to be doing this, but we have that section twice. Unless I'm crazy. Sure. And then I think this is where we... Okay, now we need to switch to this. Now we're switching over to this one right here. So I think we're kind of here-ish now. Which is like, what are we doing with this again? Moving 0, 0 top left again. I don't know if we need to do that or not. Do I use Lua? Nope. Need help developing my Roblox game. I have no idea how to help you, Mr. Meme. I'm sorry. If I don't know how it's easy to learn, if it's that easy to learn, you wouldn't need help. I think you got this, though. You can figure it out. You guys think Mr. Meme is gone? That's great. Been a fan of RPG games for a very long time. Definitely would try it out. Sorry, Caesar. I just saw that. I flooded the chat and then I ignored it. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've been making this. This is Swords of Magic. I've been making it for almost 7 years now, I think. I think 7 years now. It was my first project in Unreal Engine. It was like a serious project. It wasn't even supposed to be a serious project. I was just using it to learn, and then I just slowly, it's just slowly turned into what it is now. Okay, I think we are here now. Let's do this. I don't see, this is definitely wrong. This extends thing, 100% wrong. I want to say this is probably where we ran into issues before, because what are we multiplying the extends for? This is for the Z area, and I don't even know what we're doing that for. But I do think we need to add the actor location of this, because we found the location within the actor location, but we need to add this to it. And then we split this, and we split this. I'm adding a ton of space to the to the Z, because I need I need to like way up in the air so I can trace back down and try to hit the ground. What's up, Tangled? How's progress today? I kind of just started, so not really any progress yet, but I think we might have got this working, though I'm tempted. I don't know. I'm tempted to throw some like visual things in here to like figure out how this is working, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Some like debug stuff. We'll see if this works first. I'm not very confident, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think this is gonna work first try. There's just a lot going on in the other function going backward from here. We'll just ping in the center of this. Okay, so definitely not. Did we seriously just like ping like the same location? We're definitely pinging like almost directly north of us. We fly directly west. I don't know what we need to move. We didn't need to move at all. Oops. And we ping like... Fine, we'll just ping right in front of us. Are we just pinging the exact same location every time? Like, is that all we're getting? I also wonder if it depends on the map zoom and stuff like that too, if things are just not being set up properly. Oh, I didn't hit eject. Okay, now we're like way off nowhere, and we're also definitely not getting that trace. It really does seem like we're just going almost directly north. Well, directly north of us, I guess, not north where we pinged, huh? I ping over the caravan here, ping, eject. We're still ending up in the same place. Okay, I don't know. You're trying to make a map ping? I have no idea how to do that. Such a pretty place, though. Yeah, I mean, half of the world, actually most of the world, is not loaded in, so I guess for being barren, it's kind of pretty. And yes, we're making a map ping. I am simply trying to convert my local screen space to world space, and that is not easy to do. Okay. I don't really know what we're doing here. Let's break this down. Our container size, I believe, is just the size of the map. Let's go to event graph. This is getting cache geometry local size. Okay, so that's just the, like, you know, 1500 pixels by whatever pixels, whatever. Fine. Our pan offset should just be whatever we're moving it from. So if we pan it, we'll do this while it's playing, so we don't have to wait for it to load every time. Hi, Jana. Today I was live for 4 hours working on my GMTK jam. I'm honestly pooped. I bet. I saw a couple people live streaming their jam game for GMTK. I was tempted to do it, but I don't know. The theme is loop, right? Not really, I don't know, not super into the idea of loop. Okay, so I'm assuming that this offset, so if this was like centered, who knows where the center is, somewhere here, whatever. When I drag this way, it's subtracting, or adding, I guess, to the right. And then this way it's adding, or subtracting from Y. Sorry. So that pan offset is just, yes, that's fine. Okay. And then our zoom factor, so I'm assuming it's at 1 right now. We haven't zoomed in or out. Who knows? And then we have map art size. That's the size of the actual map, not the container itself. So we multiply these by the zoom factor to determine how much we need to, like, compensate for that. I wonder if we actually do need, no, I guess we do need to compensate for that. Because we ping up here, and then we zoom in, we ping up here. I don't know, probably. We do need to compensate for that. Okay. Alright, so we know what all those do now. Let's close this. So the first thing we're doing is we're taking our map location, the location we've clicked on, and we're removing we're taking half the container size. So here's our container size. We're taking half of that and subtracting it. So if we click here, we're moving it up here. That puts our ping in the very bottom right. I guess that makes sense. Why are we doing that? Man, I don't know. We might move on to something else. I might have to get some help for this one. I truly don't know how to do this. And the problem is, like, I don't even know, like, how, like, I don't even know how to, like, step through this to even understand how to do it. I don't know how to, like, wrap my head around this. And I don't even know, like, how I could, like, put, like, print strings in or anything like that to even, like, help me do this, right? Like, I could put print strings in, like, every step of the way to, like, see where we're putting our cursor, I guess. But, like, I don't see how this, like, helps me in any way. Like, even if I knew exactly where this was, like, all being placed and everything, I don't think it does any good for me. Like, I don't see how that helps. Yep, loop. I went literal with it and map car chase in a loop track. Nice, that's cool. There's another jam coming up in 22 days from now by Brackies. So far, almost 10,000 devs joined. Jeez. Did you have a lot of viewers streaming your jam? I imagine with so many people doing the GMTK and Bracky's Jam, there's a lot of people looking for people streaming it so they can, like, you know, work in tandem, which I imagine gets you a lot of viewers, which is cool, and hopefully a lot of follows and returning viewers. 1 or 2 viewers, no chatters at all. Oh, okay, never mind. I stand corrected. There's probably also a lot of people streaming, so I'm sure there's, like, a handful of devs who are, like, way more popular than most of us who have all the viewers. I mean, honestly, 1 or 2 viewers isn't bad. Do you stream very often, Tangled? I don't think I've caught one of your streams before. Okay, so let's go ahead and... What if we... I don't know. I don't even know what to do here. I mean, it was weird because even our Z offset is, like, way off. We just need to, like, go way, like, insanely stupid high. I don't know, I mean, now I'm wondering if we don't even need our actual location. I assume we do, right? So our actual location is the map zone, and our cache geometry doesn't matter in this case, I guess. I don't even know if we need this local to absolute. I'm just winging that. I'm assuming that's what the position on map as fraction does. It subtracts the actual location, breaks that. For some reason we care about it says divided by area size. Player position minus map area center. Player position. I don't think it means player position. I think it means the marker position. That's okay. Divided by area size, and then we add 0.5 to it. I just find it hard to believe that we want to subtract 0.5 again after we just did that. This is confusing. I'm just realizing. Sorry, Oh. Okay, I'm definitely missing some things. I'm dumb. We do care about the extents. I think we want extents from here. Okay. So I don't know why, but we are adding. Okay, let's look at this again. So in here, we're bringing in the world position, and then we're doing all this stuff. But at the end here, we're adding 0.5 to our result. But then outside here, we're subtracting 0.5 from our result. So are we just negating that entirely? Is there any reason to do that? Maybe the reason is because this is used for other places, and we wanted to do that to find the position, but we don't need that for this, so we're just subtracting it again. Because I mean, like, I can't see any way where this isn't just completely negating that 0.5, right? So let's just skip that on ours. I'm pretty sure it's just negating it. So ditch that. Okay, so now we're dividing by area size. So we need to do the opposite, which is multiply. So we need to multiply this by a vector 2. And this vector 2 is what? Player position minus map area center. I think we get rid of this. Man, I do not know. We have the map area center, and then we want what's the player position, so I guess the ping position. So we add these together. Does that make sense? And then divide them. do not know. I have no idea. Because this is dividing by area size. So this is multiplying by area size. Okay. And what is this doing? This is player position minus map area center. So we would be doing ping position or ping location plus map area center. What is this bot? It's a bot that tells us when there's an ad break coming and going. Wish I could help you with the ping, but I really have no idea. Yeah, no, it's okay, Tangle. It's way over my head too, so I get it. I'm new here. I stream every 2 days at the moment, daily for now. For the jam. Cool. No, that's good. That's awesome. And then this is. I think this is actually the subtraction I'm trying to do. I don't think I do this. I think this actually goes away. But what do I do with this cached geometry now? Do I not need that anymore? Should we just test this and see where we're at? I don't think this is right, but I feel like we're missing a step. Maybe not though, because we're not moving the center. So we're not doing this moving to center thing. Divide by area result, we're multiplying by area size, or sorry, area size. And then we're doing the player position minus the map center, which is right here. So we have this is the world position minus the active location. So we're doing the opposite of that. Though I don't know if we should be, I don't know. I don't know, I think we are. Yeah, that's just adding the two back together. Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens, I guess. Also, I just realizing that this should be like 10. There we go. 100, whatever it is. Too many zeros. Let's just test it. I don't think it's gonna work. If it works, I will be very, very surprised. But other than just like changing things and then trying them, I don't really know what else to do at this point. Okay, definitely didn't work. I mean, it's close. But it may as well be on the other side of the map, right? Like, it may as well be on the other side of the whole planet. Like, it just doesn't... just because it's close, it doesn't mean anything. I can't even tell if it's moving, but it does seem like it's close. It seems like we just might have just, like, some offset or something wrong. I don't know. I keep moving. I don't need to move. Okay, so maybe we start adding. I don't even know what to do. Like, how do you diagnose this to figure out where you're going wrong? Let's just try to, like, I guess, visualize what the hell it's doing. So, container size divided by 2. That's half the container. We're now in the center of our map container. We're in the center of this. Okay. Then we take our ping, the location we collect, and we subtract that center point. So if we click here, we subtract that half center, which puts us at the center of the map. Maybe off the map? Why are we doing this again? really tempted to like spawn a widget at like each step of the way or whatever, just to like see and like label them or something and to see where they're at. Okay, but yeah, we're moving the map. We're placing that position. What are we doing? So we click here, and then it takes half that map size from that ping location. So it's subtracting half the map size, like there and there. Which I don't know what that's supposed to be doing. It says moving from 0, 0 back to center, but that's definitely not doing that. It's supposed to be, first of all, I had this backward. I wrote move 0, 0 back to top left. Right, it's written move 0, 0 back to top left, and I have moving from 0, 0 back to center. So what does it mean? No, I guess that's right. Moving, but it should be moving, yeah, 0, 0. Move 0, 0 back to top left. Isn't 0, 0 already top left? Oh, yeah, 0, 0 would be a center at that point. Sure, whatever. But this also is not moving it to center. I don't know I don't understand what it's doing. I truly don't know why we're doing that. Man, I don't know. This is stupid. I hate doing this kind of stuff too, because it's like, this is just straight up like math, like smarts, and I don't have that. Which is weird. You would think I would have some sort of like math understanding, but I have no idea. So I was doing this with GPT last night, and I gave up and went to bed, and this is what we came up with. And it's funny because I'm sure you guys have been there if you've done like excuse me, if you've done like GPT stuff before with coding, where it runs out of ideas like what to do because it's just is so confident that it's right, and then it starts like gaslighting you. Like I got to the point where I had this was plugged into something, and it kept telling me that I didn't put my absolute coordinate or plug into my absolute coordinate. And I'm like, yeah, it's plugged in. And I would send a screenshot back and be like, no, it's plugged in. What else could be wrong? And then it would come back and say, oh, I see the problem. You haven't plugged in the absolute coordinate. And I'm like, yes, I have plugged that in. And then it came back a third time and told me I was wrong about that. So I finally just like zoomed into this, like all the way in, and like took a screenshot of it plugged in and like drew an arrow and everything. And I was like, it is freaking plugged in. GPT. So yeah, I don't know. So that's why I gave up last night. So I was like, this thing does not know what it's doing, and I'm not going to get anywhere with this. So I decided to do it myself. But this is also not going to work. I'm worse off than GPT probably. I don't know. Lewis made all this. He's very busy, unfortunately, or I would just be like, hey, can you help me like reverse engineer this thing? But he's too busy for that, which is fine. I might have to call another favor then I guess, because I don't know how to do this. So I think for now we're going to unhook this ping system. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to give up on it. I want to like figure it out, but I want to like just like wrap my brain around it and logic through it, but it's like so much work. So if I wasn't copying code and I was just doing this by myself, my first thought would be, okay, I need to I'm clicking on this map somewhere. I know that I'm clicking. I guess my first thought would be like subtract the offset, right? Because if I'm over here, if I've dragged over here, I want to like just immediately offset that. So I'm clicking, so I know exactly where I'm clicking. Man, I don't know. I truly don't know. I know the order of operations here is like extremely important in it, but I do not know. Maybe I need to, I don't know. This is probably an off stream, like put some music on and like just focus on this. Let's just unhook it for now, I guess. It's fine. Yeah. I guess we could do the markers. Could we though, actually? I don't think we can do markers either because we still need to do a bunch of math to figure out where those markers are at. Because I can click the map, but that just gives me the viewport like position. And I can't like magically pin that to the map. I guess I could. I guess it would just move, like update that marker. That's a whole nother can of worms anyway. Let's just, oh my god, there's a reason this hasn't been made yet. There is a good reason why this has not been has not been an introduced feature yet. Let's move on. Let's make something I actually can make. How's that sound? Oh, you know what we could do and should do, probably? Our ping system is still pretty broken. It's on the player controller, 90% of it anyway. Well, let's fix that real quick. I think that's the last thing like on my list actually. And I decided to do this because I thought it would be like a couple hours at most, and it has turned into a day at least. So this pinging system is going to be ditched for now. There we go. Okay, so here we're doing a server ping and client ping. When we click the ping button, we do a ping trace. It really doesn't matter if it's server, if we're server or client in this situation. But if we're server, we remove old pings, and then we send a new ping. If we found a ping, then we do not send a chat message. We only send a chat message when you haven't pinged in a while, and we're just relying on the like 15-second or whatever it is, or 10-second, whatever it is, lifetime of the ping to force that chat message send. So if you continually just ping all the time, it'll never send a chat message, which I think is probably fine. We only want to send a chat message when someone has pinged for the first time in a while. At first it was like a 3-second or 5-second delay or whatever to send a ping, and this is it right here. It was a 3-second delay, and then we ditched that because I just don't think that feels very good, pinging every 5 seconds. So now you have to like actually wait for your last ping to go away before you can ping again, which is a much longer delay, but also send a message and chat with your ping, but also probably better so players are not just like constantly pinging people. I'm pretty happy with this though, so I'm just gonna delete it. Okay. So the send ping here executes on the server. Remove old pings. That's working just fine. And then the send ping. This is the issue we're running into. When we send this ping, if an old ping exists, things break. And I do not know why. So send new ping, spawn BP ping actor, always spawn ignore collisions, transform, that's fine, add this to our pings list, play sound at location. If the target actor is valid, an actor we're picking, then we want to attach it to that actor because reasons. Because it could be an enemy or a player that's moving, or a character that's moving around, or a player, I guess. Okay, so how come when we spawn this ping, it doesn't initialize correctly if there's already a ping in the world? Maybe like it's like a garbage collector thing. There is a multicast in it here, meaning this might take a second for it to like initialize, but that should be fine because the other ping should have already been deleted by then. We're not removing it from the widget. Maybe that's the problem. And we need to do a reverse for each loop. Does that check out? If its instigator is the same as this instigator, we destroy it and then remove it from the index. Oops. I mean, we might be able to test this in single player. It might actually work in single player too. Another thing is, should we let players ping in single player, or do we just even care? Okay, that's working so far. Maybe that was the problem. Let's test in single player, or in multiplayer though. It was definitely broken for both server and client, but I only tested in multiplayer, so it could be working just fine in single player. Or maybe we fixed it. Also a situation where I probably should have tested this first to make sure it was broken in editor, because this has been a recurring theme lately where I'll go in and I'll make changes to something and I'll test it and be like, oh yeah, that was working just fine. Nope, still broken. Okay, so the server seeing it, the client, oh, sorry. The client here is just seeing a static ping icon. So if the server pings multiple times, it's working correctly. But the client also sees it wrong. Okay, so it's a replication issue. The server is replicating it properly, or the server is seeing it properly, and then the client is not. But if this goes away, and then I ping, now I see it just fine. And if the server pings, the client sees it just fine. But if I ping a second time, this client sees it wrong. Yeah, but as long as, so it has something to do with removing it first. I just don't know what it is. It's not just like a delay thing. No, it's like it has to be completely gone. Wait for it. Still there. And now it works fine. Why? What if we just don't remove old pings? Then does it work every single time? What are you yelling at me for? Oh, right, because we need info here. That's fine. How about we just do this? Okay, done. Okay, play. If we just don't remove the old pings, I wonder if that is fine then. If that's the case, then we definitely know it's something wrong with that. And maybe we just put a delay in there. Yep. Okay. What's the deal with that? So, if we destroy the actor, then we create another one right afterward. My guess is maybe because the other actor I don't know. So the server destroys an actor and then spawns another one. That replicates, so the actor's replicated. So it takes a second for the client to spawn that other one. I wonder if it's taking longer for it to destroy the other one. So it's like trying to destroy the, I don't understand. Okay, let's try this. We could do a thing where like we queue. We could do a thing where we just like queue the, I don't know, like bind for like on destroyed or something. And then spawn the next one? I have no idea. What was the delay we just put on there? 0.2 second delay. And now it works just fine. Okay, new idea. Let's only do a delay if we need to. I still think this is just entirely an issue with like it's garbage collecting the wrong one. What if we send the new ping and then remove the old one? If we send a new ping is there a way, let me close some stuff. Oh no. We have a get game time since creation. So what if we tried sending a ping and then we try removing old pings? And what if we had a return value That's fine. Return. Let me plug this guy in here. And we have another input that is the ping. I guess we can just check to see if it's not this ping. BP ping. It's not equal to this one. And it has the same instigator. Then we remove it. And then if we removed one, then we'll send a message. Man, I love Sims music. What's up, golfer? Yeah, I'm trying to do 3 a week, but if something I'm thinking I might have to drop one because I also want to go climbing. Or it'll be a later, maybe like Thursday streams will be kind of like afternoon streams or something. Because I want to start climbing on Mondays and Thursdays. And I want to go early in the morning because it's less busy and cooler and yeah. Okay, so now if I ping here, nothing happens at all. I think I did equal, not equal. Nope. Did I not plug in the old ping? the new ping, I mean. It just seems like it makes so much more sense to just remove the old ping first and then spawn a new one, but I think just replication time is just, it's like, I think we're just like deleting it. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird because like I'd understand if it just wasn't showing up at all. I fixed it. Cool. Working now. There's a delay, but that's just because of probably because I have simulated. Go to advanced settings here. I have bad lag. I'm simulating bad lag. Anyway, hi golfer, how are you? And yes, I said hi to you twice, but there you came in during an ad break, so I don't know if you actually saw me respond to you. And also, it's kind of funny saying hi to you twice now after last time I did that. So that might just be a thing that happens. Much better with the less lag. I was gonna go find something else to ping, but I cannot. Love that you can like ping up in trees. Kind of. I think I might make the ping distance a little longer. You have to be pretty close before you can ping. Make it 4 times longer. So I feel like if you're like, you know, up here or something and you want to be like, hey, the ferry is here, and you ping the ferry, like you should be able to do that from here, right? Like that's fine. But right now you have to be like right next to it. We might even make it even further. I don't know. Climbing is fun and a great exercise. Do you climb? I hope I didn't change any of that map area because I just saved it. I don't believe I did. Used to? Yeah, same. I haven't been in a long, like it's been years. I went last time when Abby was probably like 5. No. We went once when we lived here. It was before Quinn was born, so at least a few years ago. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. Probably. And it was a very, very lame experience. We went to a top roping gym with a small bouldering section. And we went there expecting to do top roping. And at that gym, they are very, very strict about like knowing exactly how to do everything with belaying. Our last gym was not that strict. It was just like you came in, you paid for a day, and then if you were new, they had you sit through like a 10-minute video, and then they brought you to like their instructor like brought you to the wall, and they're like, okay, this is how you do this thing, so who's gonna climb first? And then you'd like pick your partner or whatever, or pick who you're climbing with or whatever, and then they would teach the other person how to belay, and then you come back down and then you swap, and they would like just help both of you like do like one climb, and it was like, okay, you got it, and that was it. Like, because like we're using gree-grees, so it's like it's pretty hard to fall. Like you have to almost intentionally like, you know, be it an absolute moron to like let someone fall, and then you just signed a waiver, so if you let someone fall, then it was on you, you know. At this new gym though, they came in and they were like, okay, can you tie a figure 8 knot? And we were like, no, all the gree-grees are already tied into the ground, aren't they? Like why do we need to do that? And then I guess I don't know, and like I don't know, we were rusty, and so we didn't know how to do it. We did learn how to do it in PRG, Phoenix Rock Gym, where we used to go. But it had been like probably, I don't know, 5-6 years since we'd gone. So Anyway, so we were like, well, we can't do that. And then they're like, well, we have a 2-hour class you can take. It costs $50 a person. And we're there with our daughter, you know, who's like 5 at the time, or 6 or whatever. We're like, nope, can't do that today. So we decided, since we already paid, that we would just boulder for the day. And that was not very much fun at that gym. And I think we were just all disappointed because we really wanted to like climb. So anyway, we're done here. What's this? What else do we have on our list? I think we're done. Oh, right. Where's another? Hold on. We need to switch back to single player. Play. But yeah, I really like top roping a lot. That's my favorite way to climb. When I was climbing very consistently, like twice a week for like a year or two, I don't remember how long I was climbing. It was a while. I was climbing like 512s, 513s, and I was getting relatively good at it. Like I thought I was getting pretty good. But yeah, then we moved. Actually, we had a baby, and I just didn't have time anymore. Okay, we're gonna put on Grimwick's Demise, or whatever it's called. There it is. Because this is a good, this one hides like everything on your face. And now we're going to close this, and we're gonna go to the persistent menu, hit play, and make sure this is happening in editor as well before we start fixing it. Hit play. Continue. Okay, yeah, so it's not hiding my beard or my hair or anything. Let's hit stop. Not here, we want to go here. Okay, so we equip our wardrobe items. Set our static mesh for all of our things here. Clothing, etc. We do all that stuff. Mask, hat. In here we loop through our inventory. Where are we setting our clothes? Wardrobe items. Or our... Maybe that's the problem. Is this happening after this? What I was doing is after this, we're setting all these invisible. So we're getting... Oh. Well, this is probably the issue. I guess this should have been happening. Okay, I'm an idiot. I swear I tested this and it was working. I swear, like I tested this on cat ears. I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna loop through our wardrobe items twice. Good thing it's like 5 things. There's probably a better way to do this. Like I could just do a sequence right here, I guess. Yeah, let's just do that. Slightly cleaner, I guess. All right, I don't know if this is going to work because there could be a section after this that is turning these things back on. Nope, looks like it's working. Actually, I don't think it's hiding. It's not hiding our jaw because we still see our horns. But it is hiding our beard. I believe there might be a section after this set gear where we're actually setting up our character's jaw. Or we're not doing the jaw. Let's see. Hair, beard, ears, jaw. Getting item tags for each of these. If it has hide jaw, we set our jaw to nothing. That's working. Ears, beard, facial hair. Hair. Okay. If we're a dryad, we are bald. If we're not, we have a buzzed hairstyle. If we have a hat that hides our hair. Okay. So what are we doing wrong? Let's just do the jaw. Find references. Actually, let's just do this. Setting gear happens at the very end. We could have made this a new function, I guess, to just loop through. Oh, you know what else could be the problem? No. Never mind. This should be working. Oh. I know what's wrong. No, I don't. I was gonna say we're probably setting it back. We're not setting it back. Okay. Maybe we just don't have Grimwick's Demise as hiding the jaw. Hide jaw. Okay. Then let's put a tag or a breakpoint on here and see why this isn't working. False. Okay. What? Stop. Pardon me? There's no return nodes. So why are we not triggering this? We're definitely getting item equipment. Item tags definitely contains hide jaw. Item tags, hide jaw. Oh, I know what's happening. I have branches in all these, which is fine. But all these branches, yeah, that's fine. If one of these other ones succeeded, which they all did, or if one of them failed, then it would never check that one again. Yeah, well, it would check, yeah, whatever. There we go. Okay, stop that, because I can't get through there with our breakpoint, because it bugs out the UI. There we go, that's hitting our jaw. Now we Now we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then she has cat ears with her hair. That's great. Back. Hair fix has his buzz cut. Cool. We're all good. Also, I fixed shields. Shields are now showing up correctly here. But not for guards, I believe. Should we fix that too over here? Let's see. I think that was the last thing. I think I might just stop while I'm ahead here and just get the update out today. Oh. I just kept wanting to add more things. And I have been. But I think we're kind of at the point where we need to call it a day. Let's go back to our this level. We need a guard that carries a shield. That's not a guard. I can't think of a guard's name. Oh my gosh. Burgess. Oh. Trustin. Aha, Trustin as a shield. All right, Trustin, let's fix your stuff. Oh yeah, this is Dustin's goofy character. Teak was also a good one too. Does Teak have a shield? Nope. Okay. The problem here is I don't know. Let's go. I guess we just open up our NPC, right? There's a BPA humanoid. Let's go. It only happens in the offhand. Set meshes, get offhand item. Okay, so set offhand item. Let's turn this into a function. Just keep this clean. Let's do handle. Oh, I already have one called handle weapon rotation. Delete that. If it's a shield, a dagger, or a gauntlet. Oh, shield, we flip it by 180. If it's a dagger or gauntlet, we scale it and rotate it. Okay, where is this being used? Right. Oh, we're doing this for the main hand item and offhand item. Wait, why are we doing this for both? Their shields are always in their offhand. But like, this is working, right? Also, this is kind of dumb. We're doing this with our mesh component. Oh, because we can just pick a static mesh. Right. That makes sense, I guess. Wait, it's working. Hold on. Why is this working? I thought this wasn't working. Isn't this bugged? Hey, what's up, Arrow? Did you invite me to play Peak this morning? This morning for me, sorry. So like a couple hours ago? An hour and a half ago? Someone did. Someone sent me an. You did. It said Arrow sent me an invite on Steam to play Peak. Wait, why is this working? I thought these weren't working. Probably an accident if I did. Oh, it's okay. I wasn't upset. I just gone live, and I got a notification from Steam, and I was like, "What is this?" So I was just worried that, I don't know, your account got hacked or something. Not that that would ever happen to you or anything. So I don't know why I would think that. I was testing something earlier with Peak. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you must have invited me on accident. I actually don't own it, and I haven't played it obviously because I don't own it. But I watched Pearl play it the other day on her stream, and I have seen people play it, and I really kind of want to play it. The problem is I would love to play it with Jana, but she cannot play first-person games like that. Makes her sick. Okay, so maybe the issue is this is Trustin. Let's go find Trustin. Let's go. This is gonna take a second. Let's do it. NPC editor. Is it third-person mod? Oh, well then we might have to check it out. Mod or mode? It's fun, way more fun with a big group. Yeah, I bet. Maybe I will. Okay, mod. Okay, let's go to style. Let's find. Let's just give him a shield in his offhand. His right hand. Let's go. Yeah, so it's definitely backward on this side. Minimize that. We'll hit play. We had a mod and played Peak with 7 players, and it's something. Okay, so the main hand, we don't want to be flipping things. I don't know why we're plugging that into the main hand. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's where things are being stupid. Or wait, or is that offhand? No, that's yeah. So this one, we don't. Maybe there's some left-handed guards that are bugged, and that's what people are seeing. If you use the Thunderstore mod manager, it's super easy to load mods. Okay, good to know. All right, looks like we're good to go. Should we just leave Trustin with dual shields? Should we do it? I need a unanimous vote in chat to make it happen. With that many players, it turns into every man / woman for themselves. Gotcha. That's pretty funny. Nice. Okay. Let's give Trustin his. Where is it? He's using a sword. Let's give him a mace. Cool. All right. Guys, I think we have all of our bugs fixed. Okay. What else should we do? It's only been about 2 hours. I guess I could call it here if we wanted to. And I could go get lunch at a reasonable lunchtime this time. Dual protection, quick bone reach. Just quickly throw together bone reach. Quickly, obviously. Yeah, okay. We'll just quickly go get bone reach ready for this next update. We have Azura loaded everywhere. Well, if you're doing that, might as well knock out the rest of the main island while you're at it. May as well. Why not? Bone reach. My god, there's so many bone reach levels. I should just like duplicate this level, this whole level with bone reach in it, so we have like a full-on like bone reach level just to start working in bone reach. We're getting close. Kind of need to do. We need to finish up skill trees. I kind of want to do the first the Azura storyline and the Farmland storyline. Sure, I guess I'll check that out. Play with us this last build. Do a slingshot build. A slingshot build. I think slingshots will be a little better with skill trees, but honestly, I don't know how much love they're going to get. We'll see. But a slingshot build is interesting. I have not tried a slingshot build yet. Should we just spawn right here and just walk through what it's going to be like in Bone Reach? See what we need to do still. Bet you guys haven't seen Bone Reach in a long time. Don't ask me why we start enraged. That's definitely a bug. Oh, also, oh, that's what that is. Hold on, let's we needed an amnesia potion. There. Is this a cooking campfire? Yep. So this is gonna be like, this whole area is like obviously a deforested area. There was a forest here, but these orcs are just wrecking everything. A couple trees left over here somehow. A little camp up here. This is mostly just going to be a bunch of orcs that you're fighting. And then I don't remember where this goes. Oh, I have to sneeze. went away. This is that one bridge that's not loaded in right now, but it is here. I think this is all built out already and designed. There might be a cave right here eventually. That would be kind of nice. Then you go in here, and this is like another Simon kind of situation where you'll get like some dialogue, and it'll be a big mini boss guy, and he's gonna be big and buff and mean, and you'll be like, oh no. It'd be kind of cool if it was Tooth, but probably not. It should be like just like one of Tooth's like lackeys or whatever. We're definitely missing some stuff. I'm not sure what's unloaded, but something's unloaded here. There's obviously some rocks there that you're supposed to like hop over. To do this whole thing. Just a little random piece of terrain that's not painted. This one should be spinning, so I think it'll hit that rock. And I guess this is the end of this. Oh, there's a whole thing out here. A little thing up here. Not really sure what's supposed to be up here. Originally, these big brambles right here were supposed to be like, yeah, you can like, oh, you can't. You used to be able to go through them and they would do damage to you, but they're so big that it's like, how could you like wander into this and take damage? So now they're just huge, thorny brambles. Need some wild animals in here. I'm thinking like hyenas. And I kind of want to do like raptors, like troll from World of Warcraft style raptors, you know. And you'll see that big thing if we ever get that actually made. Otherwise, it'll just be more rocks. Who knows? And then over here, which I think players are going to miss first. They're just going to run out in here, which is probably fine. Will be the first camp. These guys have dialogue yet? Oops, my dialogue broke. Oh, so did yours. So did yours. Gregor, Teddy, Dozer. Blacksmith in here. The forge. That forge used to be orange. I don't know what happened to it. Did you do all the art? Yep. I did not level design this though. We had another team member who did all that. That's not good. That's it. Is that a new bug? I added it to the list. Imagine being lucky enough to be good at art and the rest of game development. Well, I definitely have my flaws. I spent like an hour this morning trying to do some relatively simple UI stuff and failed miserably. Oh, I guess you're supposed to go under here. So yeah, this is Bone Reach. No one is good at UI though. No, even UI artists. Well, this was converting. Like I'm okay with like this kind of UI. Like I can do this, except that the way we have this system set up is really like cumbersome and annoying. So I don't really like how that works, and it's tedious to work on that. But for the most part, I don't really mind doing UI. It's but this was the making it so you could right click. There's no map here. You could right click on the map and place a marker, and I could not figure out how to like get that to work. So that's what I struggled with this morning. But we decided just to put a pin in it. No pun intended. For now. Could use some more detail work around here for sure. It'll be this whole like huge chunk of area that like has nothing right now. There's a whole nother like path up here you can take. Needs some foliage, needs like smaller rocks. It's gonna take several days just like cleaning all this up and like adding all the details in here. What is... I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's cherry. Nope, let's focus. I'm looking for... speed. Haste. I'm pretty sure it's not blackberry. Recovery. Haste. Horses. It's so cool. It's gonna like, I'm not used to it. Like, I'm still trying to get used to it raining like all over Azura, or Azura and Farmland, all over Tier 1. But like, it's cool because going into Bone Reach, like that'll just be a common occurrence, having it rain. Archaeology Guild camp. Maybe we'll do like a little mini game in here. We have to go around and do like archaeology digs. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know if you call it a mini game, but I don't know what's going on with these. I'm guessing we were just testing some stuff. Or maybe we're just not done with this. A whole dungeon in here. Oh my god, I forgot this existed. Did I even know this existed? That's so cool, right? Oh, I missed it. Well, I think the only problem I foresee with this is that you can easily just skip each one. Okay, I can probably go right to the end here. We might need to like randomize these. Also, I don't know if these even do damage to you. And there's a hole in there. Secret room. Let's see if these actually do damage. We can make them. They do not right now. We can make them. Oh. I don't even know what the plan was for most of these rooms, so... The ceiling's really short in here, though. It's probably way too late to go back and make the ceiling much taller, but it would be nice if it was much taller. Did I get turned around? Oh boy. Wait, what? Left. Just a little room. That's it. This is pretty crazy. Like dungeon, there were so many ideas for Bone Reach, I forget half of them. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so there's that little dungeon thing. This area is really cool, though. I'm excited to like build out a little quest line for the archaeologists here. Then where? Then where do you go? You go up here, and this is when you get to whatever this is. This area is going to be, and the Tinker Town. With like a, so you're supposed to have a bunch of sprinklers. I wonder if we should make it so it doesn't bone or doesn't bone. Oh my god, doesn't rain in Bone Reach. It has to bone in Bone Reach. That's kind of the whole point. Hold on. There's so much to explore. This zone is so big. This is gonna take so long. This is gonna be like a at least a month of work just like to do like all the level design stuff. Really sticking to S&M theme. That's not what I meant. Those are unbreakable crystals. I have this little sneaky thing over here. Just see if you don't want to go through the cave, I guess. I don't know. Just lots of little areas to explore and discover. Hey, thanks for the follow. This should go down into here, which lets you bypass this whole orc camp here, I think. Yeah. But I guess you can also just like jump off the top. And then some of you may recognize this if you saw the original trailer for the game. I don't think it was quite as level designed out back then, but this has to have a boss in it. The problem is like the room's not very big. We have to put a big old boss in here. Right? I remember recording the shot for the trailer. Yeah. What even happened with the rail carts? I don't remember. I think they're still there. I was gonna stuck, but I cannot stuck. Game looks fire. Thank you. It's out in early access. There's hundreds of hours of content already. This is just a new zone that has not released yet. There's already had hundreds of hours of work put into it, so yeah. But there's a whole world. That's the starting island over there, and all this area here is open, and then over those mountains too, there's a whole other zone. That's all the world that already exists, and then this is the next zone that's slowly being worked on, and it is freaking massive. I swear this zone, like, it does span like 15 levels, but it is going to be like, it's like the equivalent of the rest of the world. I think there's a ceiling up here, I can't remember. It's at least as big as Farmlands and Windless Woods, right? At least. Oops. That's kind of funny that I had the fly spell equipped while I was cheating up here. Yeah, it's about the same size as Farmlands and Windless Woods combined. Windless Woods is actually a pretty small zone, even though there's a lot of content in it. I feel like we can fly down faster than we're falling. Remember recording the shot, does that count? Yes, that they count, sorry. Where else? What else do we want to go explore? I like the tar pits a lot. I think they have bubbles in them already. Oh, you can't swim in them. What if we made it so, like, if you jumped in these, I mean, first of all, you'd be like really slow, but what if we spawned birds above you every time you jumped in them? So like, you're pretty much dead. Maybe not, I don't know. There's gonna be like some vultures in this area though. They're picking off the creatures that get stuck in the tar pits. I need some like bubbling sounds too. Not quite the hot lava bubbling sounds, but like something similar. Can you harvest these? Nope, they're just... I think you should be able to. Get like vulture eggs. And then this area over here has like a big lift. Takes you back up to the city. Man, there's so much. I don't even know what this area is supposed to be. Oh yeah, I think this is a crane, and I think they're harvesting. Yeah, they're harvesting the oil here. The oil, I don't know, tar and turning into oil. I don't know, whatever. I'm really excited to build this, but at the same time, I'm kind of dreading it. Because there's a lot to do. And it's going to take like... This is probably going to take a month in itself, at least. This has been one of those things where it's like, I've just been putting this off for so long that I'm just really excited to finally pull the trigger and say, okay, we're working on Bone Reach today. Oh my god, I didn't know this was a thing. How did I not know this was a thing? The mask there. I'm not sure how I feel about this going up by itself. I guess it's fine. We also need to cut out some more of this terrain under here because it looks pretty bad. I think we should also probably make it so you have to do something here before this button will work. But that's awesome. Then we have the last bastion over here before you get into what's going to be Tooth's lair. I'm still not sure if this is going to be like, I mean, it has to be a cave, but I think it might just be a big cave that goes directly under here, or if there's going to be a whole cave system underneath of it. And this is supposed to be Tooth's fortress, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe we just put it all inside. Maybe it makes more sense that it's like the last dungeon in the game, and you just go in that big door, and then like we can just like like fill this whole thing with terrain or whatever, and then it'll all just be inside in that big cave. We'll see. It could also just be outside. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you can see the desert from over here, and there's nothing in the desert. So we need to like decorate a little bit of that. Oh man, there's so much work to do, and there's just so much stuff. This whole area is so cool. And it's so much bigger than I remember it being. Oh, it's bright. If you can guess what you're gonna fight up here, I will spoil it. Oh, baby's crying. I'm back. Did you get the map pin working? No. I gave up on it. I just unhooked it for now. I'll look at it again later. Bone Reach is like 30 to 45 minutes to walk at normal speed end to end. Yeah, it's nuts. With all the verticality. Flashbangs when you turned on the lights. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Mateus, good guess. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a wyvern. I think I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 different like wyvern nesting areas, and then we'll do like the random spawns where sometimes the wyverns are there. And I'm actually thinking about having, I think it'd be cool to have like a quest with like some lookouts. Because there's like a whole like resistance here, it'd be cool to have some like orc lookouts, whatever, that are just keeping track on like keeping a track of the orc like armies or whatever, or maybe they're human or whatever other race lookouts. But you have to go around and like meet with all of them to like get their reports, whatever, similar to what you did in Windless Woods. But in this case, after you do it, then it might trigger a thing where if a dragon is sighted or a wyvern is sighted. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're just keeping track of wyvern sightings. But when a wyvern is sighted, you'll get an alert. Like you'll maybe hear a notification or something. It says like a wyvern is sighted at, you know, location, whatever. And then these locations will be marked on the map, so you'll know which location they're talking about. So you can go there and fight the wyvern. I think that'd be really cool. Dude, there's so freaking much stuff. I mean, we've been just flying around this thing, like just zipping around everywhere, and like we still haven't seen most of it. This is supposed to be like a whole like rancher town over here. This might get cut though. This area might just be like more wilderness. Because I don't know. We'll see. Like I think this is cool. We might just keep like stuff like this. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I also feel like stuff like this, like this is cool, but it's very much like just like thrown together with pieces we already had. And I kind of want to like remodel this kind of stuff so we're not using the same pieces everywhere. And that's a lot of work, so. Same with like these bone pieces, these like fence pieces, like they're really cool, but like might be better just build an actual fence out of them. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe it's not worth it. There's a housing plot. I assume that's supposed to be a housing plot. And then the real question is, are we going to do the ferry that goes across here? Because that would save you, if you want to go back and forth from Bone Reach, it would save you from having to walk all the way through there and all the way back through here. And then I don't think you can get up there without going all the way around here. and all the way through like the spires, and then back around. Sorry, I'm probably making everyone dizzy, making myself dizzy. I'm excited for some White Knuckles Souls-like combat in Bone Reach. Yeah, the plan is to make this the combat in this zone like extremely hard. My goal with that though is instead of just making the enemies hit really hard and have like a bunch of health, they're gonna hit really hard. But I think the plan is to like try to build their AI in a way that makes them like very like they have a lot of maneuverability, and they also have a lot of different like combat attacks. We'll see though. I think that's what makes combat way more fun, is like for like variety. Okay, so let's see what's actually, hold on, let's check this one first. I don't know what's in here. I feel like these pieces right here could have been scaled up like excuse me, my voice is going out. Could have been scaled up like twice as big probably to make these areas bigger. And this is the part. So the idea is this would follow rails and you'd be riding it. I think we can make this work. I don't think it'll be hard. Will it be janky in multiplayer? Probably. Will it be worth it? Probably. It'd be cool if you weren't in the cart and you went through here, like maybe something I don't know, something else happened. Like maybe this is like, I don't know. I don't know. Why am I yawning so much? I'm so excited for Bone Reach music too. Oh, that was weird. There's actually an elevator here. Oh, with really weird collisions. Okay, we're gonna pretend like, yeah, that was not working. Very strange. Why are the collisions different? I can't believe how much this has been designed already. Yeah, well, Wendy spent like, I don't even know how long, probably like 6 months just like working on this while we were doing everything else in the game. Oh, gotta go back to my live to continue the jam work. Catch you later. Less than 40 hours left. 48 hours left. Good luck, Tangled. Have fun. Yeah, but yeah, Golfer, there's a lot done already. Like, as far as level design goes, there's nothing other than that, pretty much. I gotta design all the enemies for this. Then we just gotta start pumping NPCs out and just putting a ton of NPCs in. And then I gotta write so much dialogue that it makes my stomach hurt a little bit thinking about it. And then I gotta make a bunch of items and loot and gear and like all that stuff. The orc weapons that I have like all the time. Orcish greatsword. There's another one too, but it's not. I don't think it's in the game yet. This one is going to be in this zone. Right now it's my god weapon. It's a one-hit kill right now. But it'll be in this zone. Is there anything down here? Just an area to get stuck in. This is a whole ass dungeon in itself, isn't it? back to the beginning. The crazy thing is, I don't think that's even... Is that even connected to this one? Oh, this doesn't go anywhere. Oh, right. This is a hole they're still working on. That's a mine they're digging out because they want it to break out on the other side, so they can march their army through. I forgot that's what's going on there. So that's not a whole thing. So to the side there is a mine they've been working on that's probably been there for a while, and then that's a big tunnel they're building to march their army through, because they're trying to march on Sleepy Haven and Tier 1 eventually. Anyway, yeah. There's nothing up here yet. I don't even know what to do with all this. I think this area over here is going to be another wyvern nest. Right there. And maybe even down here. Where I can mark locations now, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I want to do them too close together, though. We'll put another one over here. And put some, like, platforming or something along here to get up there. Kind of cool. Do another wyvern nest. Something up here would be cool, too. The possibilities are literally endless. Yeah, there's so much. Loving the Orca Calcum mine. Yeah, I bet you do. I thought the plan was to sink like 30% of Bone Reach into the ocean. Well, the thing is, I don't know. I think the sunk cost fallacy, is kind of hitting me hard. Like, I think all of this we could sink in. But there's like a lot already done, you know? Like, I don't want to get rid of the tar pits. I think that's really awesome. This area up here is like going to be a ton of work, but we can get rid of that, I guess. This whole area outside here, I guess we could sink, but like it would be like this much plunk, because like all of this is just a path to get here, so there's I don't know. And then the only other area that I might get rid of is where this town is supposed to be, because it's like 10% done, like right here. Like, we could cut all this out kind of and just sink it in. Probably all of this up until like here, so we can just get rid of like all that and make this gulf bigger. But I don't know, it seems kind of unnecessary too. We missed this whole section over here too. There's a huge chunk of area over here we just completely missed. Back in here, there's a whole mine in here. Some green eggs. I don't know, they're gonna be spider eggs maybe. I don't remember what's supposed to be in here. Maybe we'll do harpies or something. I don't know, man. There's a ton of stuff. We get cousins of the Shrubrians, like Cactusians. That would be pretty fun. They'd be much easier to make and animate. That would be kind of cool. There are cactus people in oh yeah, there's this whole thing too. This is supposed to be like gnolls, I think, or maybe goblins. I can't remember. I don't know. This is gonna be so much work. But so much of it is already done. It's just gonna be like filling the places in with cool stuff. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be cool. Do another wyvern nest up here. Okay. That's Bone Reach. Sorry about the flashbang. It is insane. I'm very much concerned about performance, though. don't think we have a coal volume over it at all yet. Did we ditch the coal volume? No, I can't remember if we did it or not. We desperately need one. Coal volume might be in, what is this? Master interactable as pending kill. I have no idea what is causing the error. I don't know what I was looking at that would have broke this. Same meshes though? Is it the mesh? Just trying to find the array item. We could split this up into a for each loop, I guess. Maybe? That might be cleaner. Oh yeah, and then we do it as valid. All right. Well, gotta go. Very excited about Reach. See you later, golfer. So when are we gonna start on the Azura storyline stuff? I don't know. People are still waiting on skill trees and dungeons. There's just so much stuff to do. I know this update's going to be kind of lame. I know people are not like excited about like a quality of life update, but I do think that like every once in a while just having like a little like, let's just go over some stuff that needs to be like cleaned up and fixed and whatever, let's just get this done, is very useful. I do think people are going to appreciate this update. It's just not going to be as exciting as like new content. So yeah, I think we'll get around to it. And then after the holidays are over this year, that's when we're going to introduce the calendar system. So this will be this year is going to be the very last time we do our seasonal events, I believe. I don't know, maybe we'll put that off a little longer and we'll do one more year. The plan is that this is last year because we're going to introduce the calendar system, but there's still so much left to do. I'm not going to lie to you. The other day I was very tempted to start modeling some cliffs for this zone because it's very small, especially compared to like Bone Reach. And since the majority of like the content is going to be under poisonous, you know, like smog under here, whatever, the gas. It's just gonna be like these like spires that stick out. So I was thinking about adding or starting to work on those things because I thought it'd be fun, but we really don't need this zone. This is so unnecessary. And the biggest problem with this zone is that if you're climbing around on these giant spires that are as high up, you can see everything. And then we have to worry about what this zone's gonna look like. So will people from Discord be able to try skill trees, even if it's test build? Soon-ish. I was actually thinking about working on it yesterday and today. our skill trees. This is what our skill tree thing looks like right now. This is our alpha test or whatever, and there's a lot of issues with it currently, and the biggest issue is just that we're still missing some skills from some trees, but there's not many. It's mostly the chaos tree for mystics, and I want to redo the mystic tree for order as well. So the whole mystic tree kind of just needs like a revamp. Everything else though I believe is done, just not bug free. There's a lot of bugs. But we're close. Once we get it bug free, not necessarily balanced, but bug free, and I have like a dungeon to test it in, then the plan is to release an opt-in like beta to all the people who applied for that. And then we're also thinking about offering it to players via Patreon, probably, for people who did not opt in time. You like all patrons will get it. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know when. Soonish, I guess. I think I'm gonna package up a build as soon as we end the stream here. I can't really package on stream. And then Jan and I will probably test it, and we'll probably set it live today for this update. So this will be 192, and it's just a quality of life update, which does have a lot of bug fixes and a lot of like cool little things in it. I really want to get the map pinging / marker system in, but it's out of my skill grade, I think, right now. So I'm gonna have to either recruit some help, try to figure out how to do it, or I don't know. Yes, keep playing with it. But there will definitely be a test build. I don't know how we're going to do it exactly. I think what I'll do is check to see if you have any... So all of your characters have a save... or your... How does it work? Let's look again. Let's see if we can kind of plan out how we're going to do this again. I talked to Jana about it. I think I know how we're going to do it. There is a login, like a do on login or something. There it is. First login check. I think there's a bug in here actually. Like here, we had this thing where if your version number was below 1410.2, we're now on 1.9. We could probably delete this function. But if it was, then we give you this mail. So what I'm thinking about doing is checking to see, because I can compare your version number. Checking before this and seeing if your version number is less than 1.10 or whatever it is, or some random number that we're going to call. Or it might even have like, game version's a string, so I might even put like a skill tree beta or something in it. And then if it has that, if it doesn't have that, then it won't load that character. Like they won't show up. So you won't be able to play your other characters in here. You'll have to make a new character. And then that character will be spawned into a new location, which will probably be the entrance to a dungeon. Actually, I don't know. I think about doing this in 2 phases. I think the first phase is just gonna give everyone like 5 times experience, maybe even 10 times experience gains, and then you just go through the game and play like normal, gather gear and do whatever you want to do, but we'll level up with skill trees. We'll probably do 5 times. 5 times probably feel pretty good. So you level up 5 times faster and just go through the game and just play, right? And you'll just level up, get skill points, see how that feels, and then leave feedback. And then we'll probably do a second phase, probably like a week or 2 into that, depending on where we're at. And I'll probably be fixing bugs throughout all that too, and like making sure everything's good. And then the second phase will be a dungeon, and I think that's when we'll just literally spawn players into a dungeon, room where they can team up. They can learn how like the whole dungeon system will work, and that room will be filled with all the equipment you need probably or might want, and it might even be like some like dummies set up in the room for like different classes to force players to kind of like play that sort of build or whatever. And if they click it, it'll just auto equip them with whatever they want, I guess. Or maybe it'll just give them all those items in their inventory immediately, so you can just grab like 2 classes and then like just equip what you want. I think that should work. And then we'll also just maybe have a trainer or something in that room that just like will reset your skills and then give you like all the skill points you need and all the levels you need. We'll see. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun little like test thing. I'm excited about it. And I think I might even just make like a whole new map for it if possible. Maybe not, that might be more work than it's worth. I just put it somewhere into Heroine. But if I do a whole new map, it'll load a lot faster and players will not have to worry about any sort of lag or performance problems at all. But I don't know if that's worth it. Anyway, it is now almost 1 o'clock. I think it's time to get out of here. It's almost been 3 hours. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I'm very excited to, I don't know, man. I'm excited to get to start. I'm excited to get to work on Bone Reach. Oh, one day. One day soon we'll get started on it. Not quite yet. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go here, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.